Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. New Zealand 35, South Africa 20. A 15-point loss for the Springboks. And a very annoying game. Not a good game from the box, let's be perfectly honest. Good phases, good passages of play, definitely. A few positives, maybe. But overall, disappointing because there are certain stages in the game where if you look at the way we played, you think we can beat this team. And I suppose maybe that's a positive, is that I do think that when we play at our best, we can beat any team. Today was very far from our best, I think, and maybe it's a bit of a wake up call because it's a long standing problem, isn't it? We don't start very well. And that was exposed today in a big way. I think today we once again saw how, especially against a side like New Zealand, if you turn off like that, if you do not start quickly and you do not start well, they'll best you very quickly, and you'll be behind for the rest of the game. We conceded 17 points in, I don't want to lie to you, 16 minutes. 15 points in 15 minutes. We lost by 15 points. You start that game better, you concede 10 points maybe. You concede 7 points. It's a whole different game. It becomes a different game. It becomes a situation where we don't have to push as hard as we did, which is sometimes where mistakes come in as well. That last sort of those last two tries kind of sort of come, but I think 15 points is about right because it comes down to an opening passage of play where we were awful and they punished us, and you can't let a New Zealand team do that. So before I sort of break the game down, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well, as we are looking to try and get up to 33,000 subscribers. But let's look at them. So Aaron Smith went over in the 4th minute. Really, really, really poor. We slipped, I think it was about 18 tackles in the first 12 minutes. And that you can't afford to do against any team, and definitely against the All Blacks. So, you can't afford to make those sort of mistakes. And we did make those mistakes. And from then, you're chasing the game, and that's the problem, isn't it? Richie Mo'unga, as the extras, he added a penalty in the 9th minute. Shannon Frizzell then went over in the 15th minute. He bundled over Billy LaRue to score. And as I said, 17-0 at 16 minutes. And all of a sudden, the game's almost gone. We did come back with a 3-pointer, which was once again cancelled out. Our discipline was shocking throughout the match. A lot of people complain about the referee. I do think there are a couple of calls that you can talk about. I think it's, at the end of the day, there's no point talking about Matthew Reynolds because he's not going to referee every single game. We will play every single game that we obviously play. So we got to focus on our own performance. If you don't give the referee decisions to make, we can't complain about the decisions they do make. There was a controversial moment. Cheslin Colby tried being not disallowed, or not awarded rather. It's a tricky one, isn't it? It's a very, very tricky one. I personally think that there was grounding. I think that there's a strong argument to award that try. It wasn't awarded. And I think that would have been a big moment in the game because I think that we knew that we had a a bond squad that could have turned the game, and they did turn the game really. They actually, I suppose, technically won it. If you look at the second half, for example, we technically won the second half by 2 points. No, lie. I think they won by 1, but basically the second half was pretty even. So in the second half, though, we needed to score first, and Richie Mo'unga added 3 extra to make it a 17-point lead just before half time. So we came out of half time at 20 points to 3. Malcolm Marx went over in the 53rd minute. That was sort of a bit of a show of the power we still have. Big Maul try there. Cheslin Colby adding the extras. Richie Mo'unga then adding an extra 3. We then scored again for Cheslin Colby. Brilliant try, by the way. And he unfortunately missing the conversion. Will Jordan then scored a try against the run of play. It was, we had made a couple of jigs to our back line, and I think that showed people were out of position. Chip over the top. He ran onto it. Ran in a try. Richie Mo'unga off the back of a scrum. And then Kwaka Smith with a bit of a snatch and go try as well, right towards the end. It was an annoying game, but yeah. So if we look at some of the stats, for example, I think stats do tell quite a big story. The first half, New Zealand had 54% possession, and the second half they had 59%. So we each had 44% of the possession throughout the game. We did have more territory, however. 4 tries to 3, 3 conversions to 1. Ironically, we beat 21 defenders, New Zealand 28. New Zealand had far more clean breaks, though. I think that was an issue. They found a lot of space out quite easily. We had more gain line carries. New Zealand had more offloads. But let's look at the defense, shall we? And the defense got a lot better because at one stage it was sitting at 60%. Then we went up to 81%. Second half defensively, we were much better, except for a couple of moments when we switched off. 123 from 100 and asked 151 tackles, not really good enough. New Zealand weren't much better though, 106 of 127. We missed 2 kicks from goal. New Zealand missing just the one. Richie Mo'unga was on song. I thought he controlled the game brilliantly, to be honest. Each team lost one line out. Each team lost one scrum. The Boks conceded 11 penalties, 6 in their own half, which were kickable. And New Zealand conceding 8 penalties. So discipline is a major issue for the Boks. If we look at some individual performances and people who I thought played well, I thought Bongi Manambi struggled once again. I thought Quacker Smith got a lot better as the game went on. He made 15 tackles, a turnover, missing just one, scored a try, beating 2 defenders, and offloaded a clean break as well. I thought that Ches and Colby got through a lot of work, missed one tackle, but made 8 tackles. One, I think, mistake in the air, scored a really good try. I thought Billy LaRue, once again, he got pummeled by Shannon Frizzell. Probably his only real mistake in the game. Really good try assist for that Ches and Colby. And I thought kick for touch as well, very well. I thought Lakanya looked a bit better. Still doesn't look like he's quite got the pace he used to. Off the bench, though, I thought some big statement performances from the likes of Marcus Neyman. I thought Dwayne Mullen as well, I think, could justify still being the number 1 8th man. A really tough day at the office for Damian Willemse. If you look at the New Zealand players, Shannon Frizzell was good, but I'm not going to praise him because he's a domestic abuser, so I just don't. Scott Barrett, I thought, was really good. Brody Retallick as well, I thought carried the ball really well. I thought it was a pretty quiet game for Ardie Sevilla. Didn't really get as much sort of go for the ball as he usually does. I thought Geordie Barrett was pretty solid. Made a lot of tackles, was very good defensively. We didn't really see him on the attack as much. Will Jordan, for me, was absolutely terrific. Scored a try. He beat 3 clean breaks, 7 defenders beaten, 7 tackles, didn't miss a tackle. And I thought that Richie Mo'unga was a bit of a masterclass, really, from him. So, what were your thoughts of the game? Let me know down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Not a good game for the Springboks. For me, I don't think we need to dwell on it. I think you move past it and you kind of move on quite quickly. We've got bigger fish to fry at the end of the day. But let me know what you think.